and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda. So last time, we got through level 1 and 2, and made our way to level 3. So this time, we are going to hopefully finish up level 3, and make our way to level 4. One thing I do want to note is, I actually missed an item in level 2, but conveniently, level 2 is actually kind of close to level 4. It's on the way, so we'll just take care of that after this level. This is the raft. That'll come in handy a little bit later. So with the raft in hand, we can definitely get out of this room and continue exploring. So I think we have to go up from here. We still don't have the map. That's kind of interesting. We have plenty of keys though, so that's great. Let's just skip the enemies here and move on. We have a bunch of locked doors. I think there's not really anything terribly useful up, so I think I actually might just go through here instead. Alright, so we finally have the map, and a lot of enemies. A heart refill, kind of nice, and a rupee. Gotta be a little bit careful, but no big deal. We have more dark nuts. Only 3 of them this time, so the one nice thing is less lag, and also more room to maneuver, and a locked door, so this time we actually do have to fight them. They probably are some of the tougher enemies to deal with, just because they can guard, but still, not too bad. Through here, we have a lot of enemies, and, gotta avoid the little obstacles, and we're in the clear, so through this door should be the boss. This is Manhandla, looking a little bit different than in Hyrule Warriors, I will say, but very recognizable. It is impressive how close they managed to keep the art direction throughout the series. That's not great. I lost the sword beam, so I actually have to fight the old-fashioned way this time. I have plenty of hearts, I'm just kind of tanking damage at this point to speed this up. This is actually not easy. There we go. So we're on our second row of hearts, so that's pretty cool, and our next piece of the Triforce. Alright, so from here, we have a ways to go to actually get to level 4. There's actually a secret we can actually find in addition to the thing I missed, so we'll be taking care of both really quickly. I think I know where I am relative to the next location. The guide I'm using, oddly enough, starts directions from the start screen, instead of from the previous dungeon, which I find a little bit confusing if I'm being honest. I wish it showed from the dungeon. I guess they assume you can save warp in order to get to the next spot much faster, but I tend to not save warp. Saving in this game is a little bit complicated. You have to put in a specific button combination, which I actually don't remember. I'll look it up between parts. But yeah, thus, I don't really save, because I'm playing on an NES Classic. I've been using the save states, or store point feature, instead of the actual built-in saves. I just find it a lot more convenient. So, I think it would actually be easier to go down from here. Yeah, that's definitely easier to navigate by the coast. One thing I should mention is I think I actually underestimate or overestimate how long this playthrough would take. I feel like we're kind of flying through it. Like, the first part took a while to get recorded because of just how many attempts it took. But it's been really smooth sailing from here. We're already like a third of the way through by dungeons, which is actually really impressive. So there's a heart there, but we can't get that yet. I think we can get that soon, but just not right this moment. But with so many upgrades at the moment, it's really easy to kinda, make it through the overworld now, which is great. Take anyone you want. So, we got another heart container. So it looks like we only have 6 more to go, which is pretty cool. And while we're here, near, level 2, we are going to make a slight detour. It should just be up and then down, like kinda left here, then go down, and then we should be able to get to level 2 pretty quickly. Yeah, I just completely spaced out on getting this item, so it's no big deal. It doesn't take too much effort to get back to it, thankfully. I don't even think this item is particularly great, like, I don't really use this item very often, but I do want to collect it for the sake of completion, at least. Alright, so we have all the enemies respawned, so that kinda sucks, but other than that, it's not gonna be that much work to get back there. Basically, there was a door that I went up, and I didn't go right, and through the right door is the power-up. I don't think it's this room, it might be the one up from here. So, actually, I could use that heart. There we go. Back to close enough to full health in order to have sword beams. Never mind, I immediately lost it. This room? It is this room. By the way, these are called Gorias. I actually forgot to look up what other games they're in, because I feel like they're in another Zelda game. I'm definitely not playing particularly cautiously at the moment, trying to just kind of rush through here, but this is an upgraded Boomerang, the magical Boomerang, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't even used the regular Boomerang, so, I guess we have it now. So that's neat. It can stun enemies, as usual, but I just tend to not use it very often, so it kinda slipped my mind to even collect it. This playthrough is weird because I'm trying to be thorough, but also I don't know enough about the game to be ultra thorough. So again, it has led to me missing a few things here and there, but not too bad, like the compass in the first dungeon. Alright, so now that we have the item, we are good to go. We can make our way over to level 4, which is kinda to the west of here. Gonna be kind of a trek to get there, but not too bad. We might actually buy an item on the way there. I'm trying to remember where you actually, like, cut through to get to the next level. And it actually might be a good time to buy something for later, so I don't forget, to be honest. I have enough rupees for it, I'm pretty sure, so that's also good. You know, if I was short on rupees, I would probably skip getting this item until later. But since I have everything I need, might as well get it now. Again, it's really cool how much you can actually get accomplished before even really getting super involved in the dungeons. That sense of freedom is nice, and even something that this game, I think, does better than even future Zelda games. Because a lot of Zelda games are kind of restrictive in how much you can actually get done. In a way, it's kind of one of the cool things about, like, Links Between Worlds. That was worded really badly. Link Between Worlds, that's the name of the game. Anyway, that is an item that will come in handy a little bit later. So the next dungeon should be over here. There it is. Okay, so, we should start out by going left. I'm going in with 2 missing hearts, so I would like to actually get back to full health at some point in this dungeon before the end. I'm not sure how likely that will be, but it would be nice, from the standpoint of not having to worry about, sword beams. A new type of enemy here. I actually don't know what this enemy is supposed to be. I actually think I actually have an idea, based on the fact that it turns into bats. Because there is an enemy I can think of in A Link to the Past that turns into geese, or bats. Not sure if it's supposed to be the same enemy, but I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, so this is a completely dark room, so we're just kind of having to fumble around. I'm not even going to worry about fighting the enemies now that I have the compass. We're just gonna make our way back out. Alright, so let's see what's up here. A key and a lot of enemies. Again, I'm fighting more than I normally would just to hopefully get another heart drop, or 3 or 4. This game is being really mean at the moment with heart drops, like really unforgiving for some reason. Sometimes I get plenty of hearts. This is not one of those times. And I'm just taking a lot of damage too. If I'm not mistaken, if you actually die in a dungeon, you start over at the beginning of the dungeon. So they don't start you at the first square in the overworld, unless you die in the overworld, which is nice at least. I wonder if there's a way to light up this room. We have a candle, let's try it. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. Hey, it worked. Good to know. Because there's another dark room. It's actually a cool effect having the eyes of the enemies still visible. In this case, because their color palette does blend in with the background otherwise. Okay. This is definitely working out. Also, it can work as an attack. That's good to know. Okay. That's cool. Nice little narrow pathway to fight enemies on. This is gonna be interesting. I feel like this is kind of a difficulty spike. Like, this does feel a little bit tougher than anything we've dealt with up until this point. Which is cool. No problems with that, because it makes sense at this point to start ramping up the difficulty a little bit. We'd had a pretty easy time going through the previous dungeon, so it's only right to have things start picking back up again. But even then, this weirdly enough doesn't feel that bad, like that difficult. And I'm also just being really reckless, because I'm trying to kind of speed through here. So it's partly my fault for just not playing well at all. So through here, we have likes. I don't know if they eat shields in this game, and I would prefer not to find out. So I'm gonna be a little bit careful not to get attacked by the likes. The little spark enemies are way more aggressive than I'm used to in this series. I don't remember them actively chasing you down this much. They tend to just kind of hug walls, from what I recall, in like A Link to the Past and other games. So yeah, not entirely used to that. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was something back there that I forgot about, and now I have to refight these enemies because I forgot to check. But hey, we have another chance at a heart drop, potentially. Or not. We could just get nothing out of this fight. That works too. I do like Link's color palette in this dungeon a lot better. In the previous dungeon, he looked kind of washed out. Alright, so we have yet another item. This should be a ladder that can be used to cross small gaps. So, pretty cool. Please climb, Link. So we're gonna have to fight the enemies again, aren't we? No big deal. This isn't too difficult. Also, I should be using items more. Yeah, like, I should actually use items. Yeah, that's the step ladder. We can definitely speed through this room a little bit faster with it. Kind of a neat idea for an item, not super helpful, I find. But kinda cool. One of the big disadvantages of having 2 buttons is, not having an option to easily swap between items. You definitely end up spending a decent amount of time just kinda in menus, kind of like Link's or Link's Awakening. Similar issue there. Over here should be the map, by the way. Not required by any means, but worth picking up anyway. Also worth fighting a few more enemies. in the off chance that we get something special. By the way, there should be a secret right here. We have a little hidden area with a lot of rupees. Actually, that's not that many. If they're single rupees, that's not really a whole lot, actually. Also, we could probably skip part of the dungeon if we start, like, blowing up walls. There we go. Because I think all of the walls here actually, are bombable, so we can definitely skip around a little bit here, if we just use bombs. Or we could save the bombs and then go the long way around. There's even a boss over here, by the way. Another Manhandla, from what I can tell from the map. Since we just fought that boss, I think I'm gonna go this way instead. Yeah, if we just hadn't fought Manhandla, maybe I'd be more inclined to show off this fight, but as is, it's not particularly appealing. And the actual boss of the dungeon should be right over here. We are in dangerous health range, so, I am going to try to be very, very careful when we fight this next boss. This is Gleeok, a dragon with 2 heads, recurring enemy in the series, I'm pretty sure. Very difficult to hit, by the way. I should be much more careful, so when you attack a certain amount, the head flies off, and also still tries to attack you, so you have to be very careful. This is not what I call being very careful. I am actually going to heal, just to be safe. Because I don't want to have to walk through the entire dungeon all over again. That's an interesting health recovery. We were 1 hit away, okay. Well, better safe than sorry. And we have the 4th piece of the Triforce. So at this point, we actually can collect a lot of items. So I think we're gonna take care of some more collecting before we actually head to level 5. This should be the last major detour. Basically everything else should just be within dungeons instead of on the field. But yeah, it's worth it to try to stock up on hearts, because of how dangerously close we cut it last time. Off-screen, or maybe on-screen, I might actually try to get another potion, by the way, just to be on the safe side. Especially if I have to use it in the next dungeon, I will definitely try to track down a potion seller. I hope we don't need a letter every time. I actually don't know if you do. I would assume not, but knowing this game, you never know. I'm kind of taking the long way around, I feel. But that's fine. Actually, we are almost at time, so I'm probably going to duck inside here for the sake of not getting beat up by enemies, and call it here for now. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda.